Hello everybody, Enchanted Emerald. This is Melissa bringing you a reading here for Friday, September 10th, 2021. And as people are hopping on, if you could just give me a shout out in the comments below, say hi, let me know you're on. And if you're catching me on the replay, hit me with the hashtag replay, let me know you're watching. I love to hear from you guys. And if you're catching me, as always, on YouTube, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button below if you would do that so that you're in the know, and as I release all this new content you will be not missing anything, because I'm going to be working on some love readings. So I got a new romance deck and I can't wait to use that. So as we step into the energy today, I know the energy just feels so crazy. I don't know if anybody else is as sensitive as me, but the anxiety for me has been on and off this week. I've had moments where I felt completely peaceful throughout the day, and then I've had moments where I feel like I'm feeling the collective energy. I think it got worse today for me. So I rallied around and I am bringing you this reading because I wanted to know also, like, what's up with the energy? What's up with how everybody is feeling, and how can we best navigate this energy? So the card we got today out of the traditional Rider-Waite deck, we have the King of Cups. This is very much an energy that says to me that you are the master of your emotions, okay? You get to choose whether you ride the tides or you are the master of the tides, because you can ride the highs and lows, and you can choose to be standing tall on top of that surfboard, riding the waves with the best view, or you can be down and out pummeled by the waves, okay? And so what I feel with this is that, you know, there's a lot of things happening, and some things seem like they're really, really big, but they might not be as big as we think that they are. They might be pretty trivial, right? And I feel as though right now it's very important for us to extend grace, extend kindness to one another, right? Understand that what we feel to be right and true for ourselves isn't necessarily going to be right and true for each and every one of us, right? We all have the ability to make different choices, and that's okay, because in the end we are still one. We are all one and the same. And so you might be feeling like, I'm faced with this really tough decision right now, and you could feel like you're going through like the darkest hour, right? You could feel like you're going through one of the dark nights of the soul, where you are feeling very much torn with this decision that you have to make. You could be really facing your fears, whether these fears are real or not. They're very, very overpowering, especially today. We really have to confront these fears. It could be very difficult, very painful for us, right? So it's controlling our mind, controlling our thoughts, staying present. Now, this is going to last as long as you allow this to last, right? This will be an indefinite amount of time, or this can happen to stop, because you can put a stop to this, right? I feel as though there's this grace period, right, that we're in right now, and it's almost like we're perpetuating things. We're allowing things to continue, but we have to understand that we are the masters of our fate. And so we can choose to stand in our power, to step into our power, and we can unite together. And we're a lot more powerful in numbers, and we can put an end to this, right? And I feel that there's signs, there's warnings, there's things that you need to do. You're being shown the way. And I feel like each and every little step that you take, it's like getting you further and further and further, and you're standing more tall in your truth, and you're able to do this and do this well. So as you do this, you see that your perspective is shifting as well, right? You're standing tall in your knowing and in your truth and in your being, right? And so you see your reality starting to shift as well. And you start to see, I want to say the word structures, right? But you're seeing things around you aren't what they seem, right? So as you start to do this, things will start to unfold as you shift your perspective, and you might feel that the reality that you once held in your mind is starting to crumble a bit because you're replacing that with something new, okay? So you might start to realize that, wow, that all this time I felt that this was very, very true for me, and now you might be radically different. You might be starting to embrace a completely new concept, and that's okay. All right, so just be gentle with yourself and be mindful of that. I do feel that it's important for you to take some downtime to process all of this, because you might begin to understand that there are things that are happening outside of you where you might feel as though you've been manipulated. Okay, so much like the ocean comes in, the waves come crashing in, and it can carve the shoreline the way that it wants to, right? Because the external circumstances kind of beat it up, right? It can mold you, it can shape you. These external circumstances have shaped you, right? They've molded you into who you are. And so as this happens, you have to understand that you also are a power to be reckoned with. You also are a force to be reckoned with. And so you can be just as forceful, right? And so even though you can stand in your power and be calm, you can do this with grace and ease. You can do this in a very powerful way as well. And so you can be a power and a force for change, just like those waves. And so just like these waves come rolling in, come crashing in, these external circumstances, you can treat that each like a truth to be digested, right? And as you do that, you start to see more and more truth. And maybe you start to speak more and more of your truth, right? So I think it's important here for us to be mindful. Are we seeking our own truth? Are we seeking more truths? Or are we getting caught up in all of these currents, like the riptides of the ocean that come in, that can carry you out to sea, and you get caught up in your thoughts and these fears, right? We have to get to the bottom of that. And as we do that, you can stand more strongly and firmly in your power and in your truth and in your sovereignty, right? And as you do that, you will understand that you have an inner knowing, right? That things will just work out the way that they're supposed to work out. There's no need to project into the future and to worry so much about external circumstances, right? And so as you unite with other like-minded individuals and you stand shoulder to shoulder, you can start to and put an end to some of this, right? And come out of this stronger, right? And so it's a beautiful force for change. And so, understanding that you are powerful and that you have the ability to also make waves. You can't be afraid to make waves. And so you can create more and more waves. So as you stand in your truth, others will stand in theirs. You can stand shoulder to shoulder, and we can put an end to this. We're stronger than we realize. We're more powerful than we realize. When we stand together with our brothers and sisters, it's not about being divided. It's not about who's right and who's wrong, right? It's about standing solid in our sovereignty and knowing and respecting each other's choices, personal choices and liberties, right? And understanding that you're a master of the divine. And so we are here to elevate each other. We are here to bless each other. We are here to unite and understand that we are one. So if there's trouble with some general area of our population, it's trouble with all of us. And so how can we help? How can we extend our kindness? How can we extend our grace to them? And then that is that ripple effect. That's creating those waves. That's the wave of change that will then overtake, and beautiful things will come because love always wins. So beautiful, beautiful message here for us for Friday, and I do so hope that this resonates for you. As always, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. If you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can hit me up at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com or at my Square website, which is pinned at the top of my Facebook or in the description box below if you're catching me on the YouTube. And I hope to see you all back here again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.